The No Fate channel, checking in. On this episode of the Supplement Review, I am going over the top 3 underrated pre-workouts. And that's right, underrated. Either they get no love or people just haven't heard of them. And at the end, I'm going to actually give you an honorable mention. So, if this is your first time to the channel, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button down below. On this series, I typically just review a supplement on every episode to help you decide if it's right for your fitness goals, your health needs, or most importantly, your hard-earned money. Before I get started, I want to know from you what your top 3 underrated pre-workouts are. Drop them down below. I'm going over underrated pre-workouts out there because there's so many. Look behind you. There's hundreds, and for every one pre-workout you see behind me, there's like a dozen more on top of it, and there's new ones being released all the time. And frankly, there's so many that fly under the radar because they either don't have bad marketing, they have no marketing, or they just get no love for some reason. For whatever reason, people just don't gravitate towards them. And I think we got to show some love where love is due. So here we go, top 3, and I am going to go over probably the most hated pre-workout of all time. That's right, the most hated. We're going to start with the number 1. Most hated pre-workout is Cellucor's C4. People have like tattoos of their hate for Cellucor on their bodies. For some reason, because Cellucor put out C4 and put a whole bunch of proprietary blends and a bunch of BS and a bunch of marketing, and they threw it on the shelves of Walmart, Cellucor has this hated relationship with the supplement enthusiasts out there. However, people's hate for Cellucor has really blinded them to a product that Cellucor puts out and needs to get more love for a number of reasons. So let's go over it. So Cellucor has a C4 Ultimate. They've got 3 versions of C4 Ultimate. They've got C4 Ultimate, they've got C4 Ultimate Shred, which is the one that you see here, and they have C4 Ultimate Power, which is like hidden behind you. So there's one thing about Cellucor's C4 Ultimate that I hate, but there's 2 main reasons that I overlook it anyway. The one thing that I hate about Cellucor's C4 Ultimate is their proprietary blend. It's 2021 and they're still doing proprietary blends. I don't know why, and I don't like it. But the second reason I overlook that proprietary blend is the fact that it's such a massive scoop. They put a ton of ingredients on here. This shred is like a 17.5 gram scoop. The power is about the same, and their C4 Ultimate Regular is like 1 gram less. They put tons of ingredients in here, even if they are proprietary. And the number 1 reason that I think this is so underrated and something that you should pick up, don't tell anyone. You will ruin it if you tell everyone, okay? So keep this on the DL. This thing is super cheap. Now, you all know I'm a frugal dad. You know it. It's a fact. I don't deny it. This thing is so cheap. People think that if they have to go on the Cellucor's website, that's the price they pay. You can find this all over the place. The best price I found was on eBay. I was able to pick up a 40-serving tub of their C4 Ultimate for 40 cents a serving. And that is an absolute steal. The only caveat is when you find the stuff on eBay or special deal of the days on Amazon, you tend to get the flavors that no one likes. But as Fitness Deal News TJ says, who cares what your pre-workouts taste like? And at 40 cents a serving, you shouldn't care what your pre-workout tastes like. The second underrated and frankly, extremely underappreciated pre-workout is from Labz. Their transformer of a pre-workout, Shockwave. And when I did this review video, I could not say enough great things about Shockwave. It got me in a great mood. It was high stimmed. It delivered. The taste was there. And every time I tried it, I got not good, great workouts in. Now, why is this thing underappreciated, unloved, basically the redheaded stepchild of the family? Because at the same time, Labz put out 1,3 Volt. This isn't even a pre-workout. It's a chemical compound for research purposes only. And people were chasing hype. They were chasing the DMAA. They were chasing high stim. They were chasing all these crazy things, but they should have been chasing great workouts. And the last pre-workout on my underrated list is one that honestly gets a lot of flack. And maybe it's justly deserved. I know the review bros, who I am a big fan of, they are honest reviewers. They gave it a 2 out of 10. A 2 out of 10. I mean, I think Cellucor C4 got like more than a 2 out of 10 on their list. There's tons of hate against this product. And frankly, I don't know why, because in my experience, I have loved it. But I want to talk about the product and then some of the flack, and then I'll talk about why I think it's underrated in terms of what it's delivering for what it is. And that is NutraBio's Pre-Extreme. I have been a long time lover of NutraBio products, especially their Pre-Extreme product. So let's talk about the flack. We don't shy away from controversial topics on this channel. Number one reason that people kind of shy away from the Pre-Extreme is that it is expensive, right? It's like $2.50 per serving. But oftentimes what I do say is you get what you pay for. Look at that scoop size coming in at 44 grams. 44 grams, that's bigger than a protein scoop. So that is one of the issues that people have with it, is that it is expensive. And that's fair, because $2.50 a serving is up there. But you are going to be getting a massive scoop. Another reason is mixability. I know the review bros and a few others said that it didn't mix well. And I will tell you that if you're mixing it with your typical 6 or 8 ounces of water, this isn't going to dissolve very well. You do have to use 10 to 14 ounces of water. And frankly, I mix it with like 16 or 18 ounces of water, because I always just kind of fill up a huge blender bottle and mix one of these bad boys in. Another reason that people didn't like it was the flavor. I will say that in years past, their flavors were very, very bland or basic. NutraBio, like pre-2019, is known for having basic flavors. They've done a very good job the last few years to ramp up their flavor game, but I can understand if people are big on flavors that they could have a little bit of flack towards NutraBio's Pre-Extreme. And probably the biggest reason that people hate on NutraBio's Pre-Extreme is the fact that it's not extreme. You heard it from me, it's not extreme when it comes to pre-workouts. You can see the huge pile of pre-workouts behind me. There are a few back there that will melt your face. They will nuke a refrigerator. Those things will send you to the moon and back. And NutraBio's Pre-Extreme is not a high stim pre-workout. I will tell you that originally when this thing came out, it had more balls to it. I said it, you heard it, it had more balls to it. But as we know, there's been some ingredients that Amazon and a few other suppliers have kind of nixed if you want to sell on Amazon. This ingredients lineup has changed slightly, and NutraBio has taken off a few ingredients that gave it a little bit more with all that flack, with all that shade. Even though NutraBio had to drain the balls from this thing just a little bit, why am I still a huge fan of NutraBio's Pre-Extreme? And why do I think it's still a little bit underrated, even though NutraBio is a massively huge supplement company? First and foremost, 44 grams of fully disclosed ingredients. This thing is a pre-workout and an intra-workout all in one. It's got such a massive laundry list of ingredients, and it's the top shelf of ingredients, trade name ingredients. It delivers amazing workouts. Why? Because it's got everything you want in a pre-workout and an intra-workout. It delivers great pumps, especially with that highly branched cyclic dextrin, which is a carbohydrate substitute. That highly branched cyclic dextrin delivers a great feeling throughout your whole workout. So at the end of your workout, when you're normally feeling tired and you want to bonk, you want to just kind of give up and you don't want to finish it out, this thing is there for you. NutraBio's Pre-Extreme delivers for me every time it comes up to bat, and it delivers in a big way. Regardless of the workout I put it through, whether I'm under the bar trying to push heavy weight, or if I'm just having a cardio day and doing burpees and circuits, it is there. That 350 milligrams of caffeine, for many, might not seem like a lot, but that is 3.5 cups of coffee. They use 2 sources of caffeine, so you get that fast-acting energy and then that long-lasting energy, so you don't get an energy spike, but it's there for you from the get-go and all the way through that 4-hour mark. That highly branched cyclic dextrin, for me, delivers the energy I need over the long haul without upsetting my stomach. And frankly, I think it's a product that so many people sleep on. It is an amazing product that people aren't putting it in their pre-workouts or putting it in their supplements because it is so expensive. My only argument with NutraBio's Pre-Extreme is that it is expensive at $2.50 a scoop. There are ways to save money, but frankly, you do get what you pay for, and every time I've used this, it just smashes my workouts. So I promised you an honorable mention, and promises made. promises kept. And here is my honorable mention. Many people think they need so many ingredients for their pre-workouts, that they need to have the latest pre-workout with the craziest stims and the craziest this and that. And the reality is, if you've ever been a fan of Pareto's principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, you realize that a very few ingredients get you the most of the results in the gym. So with that in mind, my honorable mention is actually caffeine pills. Many companies sell caffeine pills. They're out there. They usually come in 200 milligram pills, and they usually cost between like 5 and 10 cents a pill. So if you want to get 200 or 300 or 400 milligrams of caffeine, you're looking at 20 cents max. And I will say that it delivers really good workouts because caffeine is probably the #1 ingredient in all of these pre-workouts is caffeine. And frankly, in pill form, I think it's actually better than liquid form. Reason being is it digests slower. So even though it takes a little bit longer to kick in, you tend not to get those caffeine spikes and it tends to last longer. And frankly, at the price points, you can't beat it. So if you are on a budget and you're on a super strict budget, and we've all been there before, trust me, for being the frugal dad, I know what it's like to be on a budget. If you came this far in the video, I want to know in the comments below, what is your favorite underrated pre-workout that I need to get my hands on? Drop it down below. Also, while you're down there, give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. As usual, thank you for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. This channel is dedicated to my life as a father of 2 wonderful children, and it centers around health, fitness, and all of the tricks and tribulations that I go through to try to be a great parent to my children and still accomplish my own personal goals.